Alright guys, so in this video we're going to go ahead and solve inequalities. And so for our notes guys, go ahead and write this down. This symbol is the less than sign. That's why we have the symbol with the meaning of it, how you read it. This is how you read it. Less than and greater than. So if you need to pause the video guys, just pause it and write these down. This looks like greater than. This is less than, but then there's a line at the bottom which means equal. So it's less than or equal. This is greater than or equal. Remember, the line at the bottom indicates that it could be equal to as well. And here's example number 1. So in this example, you have x plus 4 is greater than 12, and we have to isolate the variable. So how do we get rid of the 4? Well, just look at the same thing as solving equations. What are they doing to the x? They're adding a 4, so we have to do the opposite. Minus 4 on both sides. The 4's are going to cancel. We're going to bring down this x. The inequality, you bring it down like the way it is. And then you just subtract 12 minus 4 is 8. So now our answer says x is going to be greater than 8. We've already isolated the variable, now you have to draw a number line, okay? So for your assignment, you already have the number lines. And in this case, we're going to have to draw our own. So let's go ahead and draw a number line here. So what you do next, guys, you're going to have to circle the 8 and then determine what kind of circle we're going to use. So on the circles, there's 2 types of circles. There is an open circle. So go ahead and write this down in your notes. Keep it on the side note, on the left side, on the top, bottom, wherever you have space. You have an open circle, and then you have a closed circle. Now, how does a closed circle look? It's the same thing, but just shaded. Okay, so it's just shaded. Shaded circle means closed. Open circle means that the number is not included. Now, when do we use these? Whenever you have a less than sign or a greater than sign, that's the only time you're going to use open circle. The closed circle is when you have less than or equals or a greater than or equal sign. So again, write this down, copy it to your notes, pause it if you have to. So I'm going to go back to this section over here. Remember what I said, we're going to circle the 8. And the question is it going to be open or closed? Well, since it doesn't have an equal sign, it's going to be an open circle. We're going to leave it the way it is. Now we have to determine, are we going to go to the right or are we going to go to the left? Since x is greater than 8, then that means you can choose any number that is greater than 8. The numbers that are greater than 8 are always going to be on the right side. So the answer would be like this. We're going to just shade this area going this way. Okay, you circle it and go that way. And that's how you show that x is greater than 8 on the number line. In number 2, we have 5 is less than x minus 2. Again, isolate the variable. So pause this video, guys. Just pause this video and try it out on your own. See if you can get the same answer as me. Okay, when you're ready, just press play. We're going to go ahead and add 2 on both sides. 2's cancel. Bring down the x. 5 plus 2 is 7. And that's it. X is by itself. We're going to go ahead and draw the number line. Now that you have your number line, now you go ahead and circle your answer. And when you circle your answer, you got to determine if it's going to be open or closed. Remember, the equal sign right here tells you that it's going to be a shaded circle. So don't forget to close your circle. And now you have to determine which direction you're going to go in. Are we going to the left or are we going to the right? Think about it for a second, okay? 7 is less than or equal to x. That means x has to be bigger than 7. Okay, so if you were thinking going to the left, it's probably going to be wrong, okay? Because you got to pick numbers that are greater than 7. And another way you can check it out, guys, is like this. So imagine that I choose the number 6. If I plug in a 6 for the x, is 7 less than or equal to 6? No. So the 6 doesn't work. If I choose a number on the right side, like the 8, if I plug in the 8 right here, is 7 less than or equal to 8? Yes, that makes sense. 7 is less than 8. So that's how you know that you're going to go. That's how you know you're going to go in that direction, to the right. So this is the note, guys. When we multiply or divide by a negative, the inequality flips. So originally the inequality was a less than sign, now it flips to become a greater than sign. And this is your answer, guys. 10 is greater than B. So now that we know that 10 is greater than B, we can go ahead and draw a number line. Since our answer was 10, we put that one in the middle. We're going to go ahead and circle it. It's going to remain open because it is not equal to. And since 10 is the greater number than B, that means that B has to be less than 10. So in our notes, we're going to go ahead and select the left side because this is the less than sign, okay? B is less than 10. So any one of these numbers works for our answers. 9 is less than 10, so 10 is greater than 9. 10 is greater than 8, 10 is greater than 7. Okay. So just know this, guys. This is the important rule here. We decided to include a little note, put a little asterisk here. Whenever we multiply divide by negative, the inequality flips. In this example, guys, example number 4, we have negative 9 greater than or equal to h over 3. Negative 3, h over negative 3. So since h is being divided by a negative 3, we're going to go ahead and cancel out the negative 3 by doing the inverse, right? If it's dividing, the inverse of dividing is to multiply. So we're going to go ahead and multiply by negative 3. Multiply by negative 3. These negative 3's cancel. Negative 3 times negative 9, that's going to give me a positive 27. Now again, we decided to multiply here by a negative number, and the rule says that whenever we multiply or divide, then you have to flip the inequality. So the inequality is going to flip again. We're multiplying by a negative number. Bring down the h. So again, 27 is less than or equal to h. So once you have your number line, we're going to go ahead and circle the 27. And since there's an equal sign, we're going to go ahead and shade it in. It's going to be a closed circle. And now we have to determine which side we're going to go, left or right. Since 27 is less than or equal to h, that means that h has to be bigger than 27, which means we're going in this direction. The last example, guys, so again, pause the video, try to see if we can work this one out, and let's see if you're able to catch this one, okay? Go ahead and pause it and then play it. So what we gotta do first is, since x is being divided by 4, we're gonna do the inverse. We're gonna go ahead and multiply by 4. Multiply by 4. 4 times negative 4 is going to give me negative 16. 4 is cancelled, bring down the x. Let's see if you guys were able to get this. Does the inequality flip or stay the same? The answer to this one, guys, the inequality will stay the same. If you're wondering why, well, remember the rule says whenever we multiply or divide by a negative, here x is being divided by a positive 4, so we canceled it by multiplying with a positive 4. So on this side, we also had to multiply by a positive 4. We didn't multiply it by a negative. The negative 4 was already there, okay? We didn't do anything. All we did was multiply that number that was already there by a positive number. So because we did not multiply or divide by a negative, then the inequality stayed the same. And you go ahead and circle the 16, the negative 16. It's going to remain open because it doesn't have the equal sign. And then let's see, negative 16 is greater than x, okay? Negative 16 is greater, so that means that the negative 16 is the biggest, okay? X has to be less than that. So since x is less than that, we're going to go in this direction. And that's it, guys. So again, this is how you solve inequalities. Let me know if you have any questions.